Hey everyone, it's time for favorites of the month. So here are my February favorites, starting with the not so favorites. Let's call them fails. I felt like they were bad enough to mention. So first thing, as you know, many of you should know by now, I am doing a new series of videos called Makeup for Grown-Ass Women, or GAWs if you don't want me to curse. And I've been testing a ton of products for the research for the video, and one of them is a video coming up next month on foundation. So I've been buying a lot of foundations and getting samples of a lot of foundations so that I don't go broke. But one that I picked up from the drugstore is the Rimmel Stay Matte. It's brand new and it looks like this, and it's matte. They are not kidding. It is really freaking matte, like chalk. So if you have really oily skin, you may love this, but I do not have really oily skin. I have pretty dry skin, so this was a major fail for me. Great coverage and everything, but unless you really like matte coverage, run. I love, and I've mentioned many times before, my favorite antiperspirant deodorant is by Mitchum, and it's the Smart Solid 48-hour something or other. So when I saw this, I thought, ooh, this has got to be just as good, if not better. It's the Mitchum Smart Solid Clinical Performance. It's a, it's technically, a roll-up, but it's wet. It's moist, gel-like, if you will. And I thought this would be like other clinical type deodorants where you put it on and then once it dries, like that sucker is set and your armpits are dry forever. No, this stuff is sticky and stays sticky the entire time it is in your pits. That sort of defeats the purpose of an antiperspirant. I felt like I was perspiring the whole time. Wet, sticky, moist armpits. Major fail. Run from this. And then lastly, this is very sad. It's tragic. This is by Indeed Labs. It's the Hydraluron that I raved about. And it's made up of hyaluronic acid it's like a moisture booster. You put this on your skin before you put on your moisturizer. It's supposed to make your moisturizer work that much better. I have noticed a correlation between using this and breaking out. So when I don't use this, I don't break out. When I use this, I break out. That's not good. I don't care how moisturized my face is. I don't want blemishes. So I don't know what to do about this. It's very sad. Not going to be using that anymore. Okay, that's enough sadness and grief. Let's get on to the favorites from February. I've been doing a different kind of foundation routine the last few weeks, off and on, and I'm wearing it today actually. And I had stopped using this for about the last month and a half, and now I realize why I didn't like how my foundation looked, because I'd stopped using this. So I brought out my Pond's Luminous Finish BB Plus Cream. I am in the shade Light, and down to this is my second tube, and it's almost gone. So what I do is wash my face, moisturize, because like I said, dry skin. Then I put this on. I just squeeze out like a pea-sized amount, and I press it into my skin, and then kind of rub it in. And then just to give myself a little more coverage, I do my concealer like normal. And then to set it all and to give it just a little more coverage, I've been following it with the MAC Studio Fix powder. I guess it's a powder foundation. And this is a little darker than my skin tone right now. It's NW22, but it warms my face up. I'm looking a little dead from winter. It dries, it's a matte powder. So I do get a bit of a matte finish, a little too matte. So then the final step, which makes this absolutely perfect, is the NYX Dewy Finish setting spray. So I get the coverage that I want with the BB Plus cream and the powder, and then just to make it perfect, I set it with this NYX Dewy Finish, which I do like a little bit better than the Urban Decay. The Urban Decay to me dries a little more matte than I would like, which is maybe okay for the summer, but right now, loving the Dewy Finish. So that's the foundation routine. A new concealer that I have added to my rotation that I'm really liking. I had bought this for under eye concealer, but I found it wasn't light enough, is the Maybelline New York, I think it's, what is it called? Fit Me Concealer. I got it in the shade 15. It seems lighter than the lightest shade. I don't know what's up with that. If you guys have tried the number 10, you know, you can't swatch in the store, but when I held the bottles up next to each other, there's a 10 and then there's 15, and the 10 looked distinctly darker. Anyway, this is great on blemishes. Also, lately I've just, like I said, I put my Pond's cream on, and then blemishes around my face, I cover with this, and then I follow up with the MAC powder Studio, what is it called? Studio Fix, and we're good to go. It lasts me all day long. So I've been really pleased with this. I've been told it's similar to the NARS Creamy Concealer. I've never tried the NARS Creamy Concealer, so I don't know. But this is really good. It's still not heavy duty. Like if I really have something major, a dark blemish, I still reach for my Urban Decay 24/7 concealer. But for everyday use, I'm really enjoying this. Very nice. Doesn't get cakey or anything like that. New under eye routine. The products are the same, pretty much, but you know, I have a few that I like to rotate. But what I've been doing is I've been putting on my concealer and the Radiant Rose Prep and Prime, kind of mixing it together in here. And then I take this guy. This is part of a set from Eco Tools that was a limited edition for holiday, but I keep seeing these guys pop up everywhere. So if I find a link, I'll put it below. But it's a set of, I think, 4 or 5 little tiny mini kabuki brushes. And this one is shaped kind of like a finger, I'd say, a really big hairy finger. And so I just smush this thing and just keep pressing down, and I get it in there, and I love this guy. And it's just really gets a nice finish on the concealer and doesn't get my fingers all dirty. And I even use it to blend in concealer on my face. I really like this thing a lot. So if you see a tiny little kabuki like this, I just grab it. Love it. A few more things. So for brushes, I bought one recently and then was actually sent another one to review. So that was kind of strange, but awesome. And contouring for me is an ongoing struggle. I kind of stink at it. I'll just be honest. I suck at this. But this brush has really been helping me. Of course, I didn't use it today, so disregard my face. But it's the Sedona Lace FB05, so I guess that means Face Brush 05. And it's just this little domed brush. I don't know what it is, but I take the color, anything, you know, any kind of contouring that you want to use, bronzer, sculpting powders, what have you. I get it in there and then I blend. Because it's so dense, I think it really helps blend it out. And it might be the answer to my contouring problems. I really like it. It's not, I originally bought it as a blush brush, and I think it's too small and too dense and just packs the color on too much. But as a contour brush, I really like it. So check this one out. I'll be talking a lot more about Sedona Lace over the next few weeks because I've been going on a bit of a shopping spree with them. And they sent me stuff to review. So it's just been a plethora of Sedona Lace, and I'm very, very pleased. But last couple of beauty-ish products. I recently started using Clarisonic again, like I told y'all in a few videos ago, but I got a new brush head, and the one I got is the Satin, I had to write this down, Satin, it's from the Luxe brush collection, and it's the Satin Precision Contour Brush Head. Mine's wet because I use it. It's really small as compared to the normal ones, which are, you know, almost all the way out to the edges here. It's a little tiny guy, and they're really, really soft bristles, and you can use this all over your face, but what's nice about this is because it's so soft and so tiny and so light, you can use it on your lips. Like if you want to get the chapped lip stuff off, you can use it, like it gets into your nose because it's little, so it gets right, because I flake right here, so it gets right in there. You can use it, like I use it on my eyebrows because, you know, we put eyebrow powder, eyebrow gel, you want that stuff off, so I do it there. I do it right under, the old brushes, I don't recommend doing this, but with this you can get it right under your under eye. I don't do it on my eyelid. That still kind of freaks me out. I think you can, but I wouldn't recommend it. But it's so soft, so gentle. It never has irritated my skin. I'm very, very, very pleased. I love it. The last thing, I'll be perfectly honest and say I'm not sure that I would go out and buy the full size, but if you can get a sample of this or score like a big sample of it like this, you really should get it. And I love, the smell makes me so happy. It's the, what is this? It's the Ole Henriksen Truth Cream Advanced Hydration Facial Moisturizer. There must be a bunch of vitamin C in here. It's kind of orangey to begin with. It's very similar in scent to the Origins Ginseng, much more orangey, if that's a word. And unlike the Origins Ginseng, it doesn't irritate my skin. and it does leave my skin really nicely moisturized. So I've been using this in the evenings, kind of off and on. Just, it's a nice little pick-me-up if I'm feeling kind of extra tired. It's nice in the morning too, except it doesn't have sunscreen, so I don't really want to use it in the morning. But it's so pleasant. It's just a nice, like I said, it really does moisturize my skin, but it doesn't feel heavy, and that scent just makes me so happy. I don't know. Anyway, so that's it with the beauty stuff. Wanted to talk about a couple of books that I've been reading this month that I really would like you guys to know about. The 3 books actually, and I have them all on my Kindle here, which, well, this is an iPad mini with a Kindle app, which I think is the best of both worlds. And the first one is called The Shambling Guide to New York City. And I found out about it in an email. I'm recommending this to you, 1, because I enjoy it, and 2nd of all, because it is on sale on Kindle for $1.99. And it's just a fun little book. It's with paranormal in it. And it's about a girl who moves back to New York City, trying to find a job as a writer. Specifically, she wants to write or edit travel books, and somehow finds herself landing a job that's with a very strange group of people that turn out to not be human. And they are writing a travel guide for, I don't know, I can't remember what they call themselves. Not monsters. It's a French word that is escaping me. I am sorry. But anyway, you know, they're like zombies and vampires and werewolves. It's hysterical. It's very fun. And I think it's the first in a series. I think the next one is The Shambling Guide to New Orleans, which should be very interesting. Fun read, fairly quick read, $1.99. Best $2 you're gonna spend. And then 2 more. One's not funny at all. I mentioned this on Facebook and Twitter. It's called Margot, a novel, and the author is Gillian Cantor. And this is a book based on Anne Frank, sort of. Anne Frank had a sister named Margaret, or Margot. Margot, yes, hence the name of the book. And this is a fictional story of what might have happened to Margot after they were captured. Now, we all know that she died in camps in real life, but basically the author in interviews said she wanted to write her the happy ending that she never had. So this book starts with the premise that she didn't really die in the camps, and then it goes from there. And there are a few sad parts. You really can't write a book about the Holocaust without, you know, getting on the sad side, but I'm not giving anything away by generally saying it has a happy ending, and and that's what the author intended to do, is give the Frank family, at least one person in it, a happy ending that they didn't get. So that was a really good book, and I'm really glad that I had the chance to read that. The last book actually deserves a whole video on its own, but I did want to mention that the most recent book in the Rivers of London series, which is a series I started, I think, about a year ago, and I really enjoyed it. I think there are already 2 or 3 books in the series, and this is the most recent one that came out. It's called Broken Homes. Those of you that are lucky enough to live in the UK have had access to this book for quite a long time, but it just recently became available in the United States, which made me crazy. I was trying to figure out a way to get someone from the UK to actually send me the book, but I didn't stoop that low. It's basically sort of like if Harry Potter graduated and went to get a job with the police in London, what the training for that would be like. So there's magic, and there are supernatural creatures, and there's a training thing, but he's a policeman, and it's set in London. So if you love London, then you'll enjoy this book. I will say, if you're not from the UK, specifically London, there are a few references to things that made no sense to me. So I was glad that I had this on my iPad so that I could Google things as I went, because some slang and some references to place names and things don't mean anything to me. But love this series, and I will talk more about that in a video all on its own. And I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you that the author's name is Ben Aaronovitch. It's Aaron and then Ovitch. But I'll list all that in the description box below. Anyway, those are my February favorites, kind of varied and all over the place, kind of like me. And thank you so much for watching. Love March. Have to say it's probably my favorite month, because March 1st is my husband's birthday, so that's exciting. And then March 30th is my birthday, woohoo! And although really it's not that exciting anymore, but it's just another birthday. And then in the middle is spring break, so it's a whole week with no school. So it's just a great month. There's a lot of fun things coming up for me personally that I'm excited about that I'll be able to share with y'all later. But have a wonderful beginning of the month, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.